Hello, my Scorpio friends. I'm Ulrich. I'm a Normand card reader, and today we will do your financial card reading. These are more of philosophical financial card readings. These are advisors if you are in a certain position in your life, positive or negative. These cards give you advice how to act or react in certain positions in your life. Anyway, we will see here, my Scorpio friends, where it leads for you for the month of July. So Scorpio, here we go for your financial card reading for the month of July. Hello, my Scorpio friends, and welcome to your spiritual financial card reading here for the month of July. As your first card here, we see the card of proportion. What does this card tell us? Well, it tells us that everything in life is relative. Also, our finances are relative, and you are the only one here with this card who can estimate the real value of your own money if you could put it in context to your financial current situation. What does this card tell us? Well, it tells us that money is different for everybody. For instance, if you have monthly payments for your loans for your house, you have a very good job, you work together with your partner, you have no children, of course your financial situation is stable. On the other side, let's assume that you live in a poor third world country or a less developed country. This card tells us if you are the husband or the wife and you work alone, you have 3 children, of course this financial situation is very different. Here this card tells you to put everything in context here with this card. $2 or €2 for those people is not the same as it is for you if you're more stable. There's a difference between a poor family and a high-heeled family. For these people it can mean the difference between eating or not eating, and for many people who live in the more developed world, if we still can call it that these days. I have my reservations about that, but let us say in this more evolved technocratical world, mostly the hunger is less around us. Of course, it all depends. But here this card tells us we need to put it all on in context here. Maybe you reevaluate your money a little bit wrong here with this card. It's possible here, and we need to find more balanced in our budget. It's wise here with this card to find the relationship between what we spend and what is our salary. We need to literally come with our feet on the ground, because also you have the card here of financial education. So it means we need to learn certain things about money. Maybe we need to learn about handling money and the relationship and the impact it has on you as a person. Remember, this card tells us it's you who are in control and in charge. Scorpio, they like to be in control of situation, and for financially the same applies. So you need to not only control your life and your surroundings, or for getting more stability, but also you need to control your budget. This is what we are seeing here. I don't mean this in a negative way, but Scorpio, they like to have control. They have to have clear things on life, and they like to keep their feet on the ground. They like to make a plan for the future, for their finances. And this is exactly what you should do here with this card. Anyway, if you don't know where your money is actually going, and sometimes at the end of the month you are confused and you're thinking how I end up in this situation again, how this is possible, actually you can just implement the old-fashioned style. Take a piece of paper, keep your balance in check. For instance, if you buy something, keep the receipt. Take your everything you paid for the month, and then see where your money is going. And if you think, my God, I spent too much there or here, then that is exactly where you need to cut. So it's a very simple system for putting your budget back in context. If you would be out of proportion, what is this card about? In certain areas of your life, maybe you need to make adjustments here to put it back in the context of reality. Anyway, you will easily see, if you put this in paper writing, where your categories are disappropriate, and then you can see the big picture and where you need to make the changes. Sometimes with this card, if it's the strict area, it tells us that you could live without beyond your means, that you spend too much. Of course, it will not apply on everybody, but sometimes this card goes that way. The next card that we are seeing here, this reading is totally about budgeting. all these cards are about budgeting and learning how to handle money. So we need to put this reading in the context of that. The next card here that we are seeing here is visual reminders. What are visual reminders? Well, we all have bank cards. We use them often. Let's hope that bank cards are not becoming obligated, and we still have the possibility for paying cash money, like it's not abolished, because else we are under total control, of course, of regimes and governments. This would not be a wise thing, and it will take more of our liberties. Anyway, this is the card about visual reminders. What is a visual reminder? Well, here also we see that you have good intention here for spending money, but sometimes it's out of our control. It's like we are not knowing where our money is going. And sometimes also it's like that our memory is playing tricks on us, and we don't see the importance of certain items anymore in our life. Here we need to come back with a reality check. Before you pay and before you go to the cashier, see what's in your basket and check all these articles and think if you really need them. If not, just make another tour and take things out that you don't need. It will keep your balance in check here, because this is the card of overconsumption tendency. This is what we are seeing here. But let's assume you come in the cashier and you're about to pay, and you have your credit card, and in the corner of the card, you put a small sticker. You put it there with tape, and you put something that makes you think, a symbol, something that makes you think before you pay. And if you get your card out, you will think, oh, I'm going to do it again. And it will make you think. So this is the intention of this card. Also for things that we buy single, before you pay, it will let you remind that you are to buy something, and it will question if you really need it. This is the purpose of this card here. Also, sometimes also it's a good advice of this card to change your online passwords. For instance, if you have a classic password, you change it in something like really necessary, something that makes you reflect. And such a password, it makes you think before you pay. Of course, you will need to change these visual aids and these passwords on regular basis here, because your brain will get used to it. But what is also a very good advice with this card is paying cash. You just go the old-fashioned way. You go to the bank or you go to the machine, you put the money in your wallet, and you actually pay cash to the cashier or the person that you need to pay. Why? Well, if you get the money out of your wallet, it makes you think. And at a certain point, you think, oh la la, it's already gone again. Where is my money? So this is a very good trick for bringing you into reality. If the money is cash and you overhand it, it causes, like, let us say, a psychological pain reaction in your brain for the money where you worked so hard for. So be creative here with this card and administer these little tricks here that I just mentioned, and you will get maybe more your tendencies of superficial spending if you would have these under control. The last card that we are having here is the card of financial education. It speaks for itself. It speaks on you as a person, but it also takes it a step further. This is also about our children. If you have children in your environment or next to you, here we are asked if you ever talk about your children about financial matters, or do they ever talk about financial matters about you? Are they well educated about money? Do they sometimes tell you, Mom, Dad, do you really need this, or do we need this, or do they have no clue at all? So here you make a distinction here if they are well educated or not. Also with you in the area, I'm supposing here that the money don't fall from the trees, and you have a certain management of your budget here in your housekeeping. Anyway, if your children, for instance, are not well educated, for instance, you are in the supermarket with them, they take a toy, they take something that is more expensive, and they put it in your basket, and you say, no, we cannot now. This is not the right time. These are difficult times. And then you get as an answer, but Mom, Dad, your wallet is full of credit cards. And this is what this card is about. It means that your children cannot make distinctions about money. So here this card tells us, if this is the case for your children, you should talk to them, because it's of course utopian, and our society is already utopian and technocratic enough now that they would survive or even do good in a world like this, if because we live in a hyper consuming world, and you need to, with this card, we need to turn our children into knowledgeable consumer. As you teach them, also the teacher learns from the student. There's always a cooperation between the two. So talk to your children about money here, break the taboo about money, inform them about money. It's very important here that we do so. Turn them into knowledgeable consumers. And as I said here, inform them about the importance also of paper money. This is what we are seeing here for getting out of control over government views, influences of banks, influences of financial systems here. So you need to teach them these things here. It's very wise here to inform them of healthy practices by teaching them the workings of a good foundation and how the financial system actually works. You will greatly help them in their future. So my Scorpio friends, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this financial card reading. If you want more details about your life, I do also Lenormand card readings. You can find them also on my channel here. These are very extensive card readings. They go very much in a lot of details for your life. So of course it will take more of your time, but of course you will get a lot of depth information in depth. And of course then we have also the philosophical card readings. They are more like a guides if there is a certain issue in your life, maybe from people near you, maybe something that you need to work out that is already lingering on for a long time. Just check it out. You can also check the spiritual card readings. Anyway, my Scorpio friends, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your time on my channel. And of course, thank you for considering subscribing. So this is all Scorpio. Bye-bye. See you next time, my Scorpio friends.